right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Irrational Confidence Podcast. It's March Madness, and the bracket has been announced. We have all 68 teams in the big dance, but we're going to be looking at that bracket of 64, but we're going to start off region by region. So before you do anything, hit that subscribe button. Get notified every single time we drop a new episode because we're going to go through all 4 regions. We're going to help you fill out your bracket or get you ready for your takeover pool. If you need to know what a takeover pool, check out one of our previous episodes as well. But like always, I'm joined by my co-host, the man who is still praying and wishing the Big East basketball would truly come back. My co-host, Fresh, how are you doing?
Haps, this is the greatest time of the year right here. March Madness is all set up. I got a feeling we're in store for a lot of fun. If the conference tournaments are any indication, expect chaos. We had 21 tournament top seeds all lose in conference tournament week, which is unprecedented. Obviously, bids were stolen because of it. You kind of look at another little antidote. No team has ever won the NCAA tournament after losing their conference opener, their conference tournament opener. That also basically might as well knock out Tennessee, Alabama, Kansas. Those are teams. They lost their tournament over. They're done if that trend continues. And on top of it, no team west of Texas has won a national championship since 1997.
That's crazy there,
so
Fresh.
Expect chaos, expect oddities. It's going to be nuts.
Fresh, just so everyone remembers that this month, all of our episodes are brought to you by Champ Sports Pools. Get ready for the ultimate March Madness experience with Champ Sports Pools. Here's how it works. Visit champsportspools.com/spinnable to claim your free entry. That's right. It's 100% free. Your free entry into the Sweet 16 bracket pool with a chance to win $1,000. That's champsportspools.com/spinnable. Once on the page, look for the big orange button that says get your free entry and click on it to be entered into the contest. Predict the winners of each game from the Sweet 16 through the championship and compete for the $1,000 grand prize. Increase your chances of winning by hosting your own bracket pool with champsportspools.com. If you host your own bracket pool, you can earn a second entry into the Sweet 16 bracket pool with a chance to win big. For more details, please visit champsportspools.com/spinnable.
The coolest thing, it's not just being in it and getting a free entry and have a chance to win $1,000, but run your own pool. Set up your own bracket challenge, run your own pool. You get an extra free bid in there. That gives you 2 if you start off with. Get your friends, get colleagues, get coworkers, whoever. You have random people in your neighborhood sign up. But running the pool is also the cool part about it. You get everyone together, and you kind of compete to see who can get from the Sweet 16 all the way to the national championship and cut down the nets.
Right, it's crazy here, Fresh. Even since the opening, when we started talking March Madness, we've had over 150 entries already into the pool. Make sure you grab your free one. I mean, it's a shot at $1,000. Someone's got to win it. Could be you. And might as well give yourself 2 chances at it. Host your own pool. You're going to do it anyways, so why not do it on champsportpools.com?
And the odds are better because it's the Sweet 16 starting point, not the opening round. So you cut your chances down. It's a little quicker path.
Right. All right, Fresh, let's go to the East Regional here. UConn, number 1 overall seed in this region here. Before we get diving into the region, Fresh, scale of 1 to 10, how difficult do you see the East Regional right now?
Whew. I mean, I'm going to give it a 10. You have UConn, Illinois, Auburn, and you have 4 conference tournament champions in this bracket right here in the top 4 seeds. It's going to be spicy if it gets down to that point, but I find it's a very, very strong bracket.
I have it as an 8. I'm so intrigued with what they did at the top half of the bracket there with Connecticut, FAU, San Diego State, all 3 with the possibility of seeing some rematches from last year. I love that the committee maybe has a little bit of a sense of humor in that regard, but I have it as an 8. I don't feel like it's an impossible murderer's row that UConn can get back to the Final Four, but I do think that there are some landmines that they need to avoid in this bracket.
I mean, they have been dominant, so you have to play perfect to beat UConn, or they have to have an off night, but there's definitely a path for them to fall, but it's also, I mean, like you always say, to be the man, you got to beat the man. And UConn's standing at the top of the heap right now.
Woo! Ric Flair quoted it right there, Fresh. You'll be a wrestling fan before we know it here. All right, Fresh. What is the best matchup in the East Regional right now? First round matchup.
give me Illinois, Morehead State. You
Thank
watch
you.
the release show. Illinois,
Thank you.
they play fantastic. They look great. Shannon Jr.'s an amazing player. But I laughed when they did the release, and the Illinois players are all celebrating. They just won the Big Ten title, and then they're like, and Morehead State. You saw the guys kind of like all just sort of shut up and sit down. They're like just clapping because they're like, oh boy, we got a stud team we got to play. So that game should be really spicy and really entertaining.
Fresh, I completely agree with you on that one, but let me choose another matchup just to throw something different out there. Obviously, I would agree 1,000% that Illinois Morehead State is the best matchup in this. When we throw another one out there at everyone, the Auburn-Yale game, I think that's going to be interesting as all get up, just because Ivy League teams are so disciplined and they're so tough to beat because they play really great team basketball. I think they could give Auburn all sorts of fits in that first round. I think that it's going to be a very, very close game.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Auburn run through they didn't have the hardest run through the SEC tournament. A lot of other teams get knocked off before they had to play them, and obviously an injury to Florida in the championship game. But they're capable, but they have to play a perfect game. We've talked about it, many other episodes, that they have to be fully functional and they have to dominate their style. And if anybody comes in and sort of adjusts it or doesn't succumb to their game plan, they could lose.
All right, Fresh, let's go game by game right now here. Let's go through the first round of the East Regional here. I'm taking UConn in that opening game. Does Stetson have any shot?
UConn will beat down the Hatters.
Okay. All right. FAU Northwestern, a little more interesting matchup there.
Give me the Wildcats. Big Ten rigor play. I'm going to take that into consideration when it comes in this game.
Okay. I got FAU in this game here, so I like the Owls in it. Repeat there, just because I want the committee to have a sense of humor and get two former Final Four teams in that second round matchup. All right, San Diego State. What could that
Aztecs
mean? Versus
Aztecs
UAB?
Over the Dragons.
Over the Dragons? Oh,
well, Blazers. I'll give them the Blazers. With that, Aztecs over the Blazers.
That's still fun to say that one. All right, I got San Diego State as well in that matchup here. All right, I said it was my most interesting matchup. Yale versus Auburn. Who you got?
Well, if this was a test, maybe you go Yale, but in basketball, I'm taking Auburn.
I am going to go with the Bulldogs with the upset here because, Fresh, you convinced me, folks, if you haven't watched the teams to let you down in the NCAA tournament. It just didn't win the SEC title, but I'm going to go with the Yale Bulldogs. I think Auburn is going to come in a different team there. Give me the Yale Bulldogs in this game.
I'm not going to lie. A lot of people would be pretty happy if Auburn took the L to Yale.
All right. BYU versus Duquesne. How do you say
Duquesne?
Duquesne.
Duquesne. It's French. It's okay. They haven't been in the tournament since 77, but BYU will get the better of them in this game right here.
Okay. I got BYU as well. I think the Mormons are going to absolutely destroy this team. That BYU team is really, really dangerous there. So give me BYU.
Yep. I mean, they've played in a nasty Big 12 as well. They're battle tested.
All right. Let me take a look at this. Illinois versus Morehead State.
I think it's going to be a lot closer, obviously. It's going to be a tight game. Illinois, I think, they're going to find a way to scratch through. They will not cover the spread, but they will survive in advance.
Yeah, I got Illinois too. Shannon just completely blew me away with what he did in the Big Ten tournament. I watched a lot of the Big Ten tournament this past week. I'm really impressed. This Illinois team down double digits multiple times during the Big Ten tournament, and they were never out of the game. So give me Illinois as well. You got Washington State versus the rapper Drake here. Who you got?
I'm taking the Drake Bulldogs to get the upset of Washington State and move on to the second round.
All right. I got Drake as well. For some reason, I'm going with the rapper style here. So give me the Drake Bulldogs as well. All right, Fresh. Iowa State versus South Dakota State. Who do you got?
As you all probably heard in my previous episode, I'm a huge fan of Iowa State, and I like them. I like them easily in this ballgame.
I like Iowa State as well. So give me the Cyclones and all of them rolling through the cornfields and wherever else they're going to go. So give me the Cyclones in the first round over South Dakota State.
Yep. I mean, I think that team has just played so well, and they're battle tested. They've beaten up a lot of fantastic teams, and they smoked Houston in the championship game.
All right, Fresh. That's the first opening round right there. We got some big matchups going into the second round here.
Embrace the madness with Champ Sports Pool's Sweet 16 contest. It's free to enter, and you can compete to win $1,000. That's right, absolutely free to enter. And if you win, you'll take home $1,000. Visit champsportspools.com/spinnable to claim your free entry into the Sweet 16 bracket pool with the chance to win $1,000. That's champsportspools.com/spinnable. If you're planning on hosting a bracket pool, you should do so at champsportspools.com/spinnable. By doing so, you'll earn a second free entry into the Sweet 16 contest with a chance to win $1,000. For more details, please visit champsportspools.com/spinnable.
Fresh. It's just such great to have a sponsor like Champ Sports Pools. Love having them along here. Great job out of them for sponsoring us. We really appreciate them. And folks, like we said, if you're going to sponsor a pool, might as well do it through them. It gets you a shot at $1,000. So no better reason to do it.
Zero risk. Put your team in there. Have a chance to win $1,000. Make it happen.
All right, Fresh. Who's going to make it to the Sweet 16? Give me your 4 teams making it. You gave us our first round matchups here. Who are your 4 teams going into the Sweet 16?
Got UConn, San Diego State taking down Auburn, Illinois surviving BYU, and Iowa State winning the Battle of Iowa and beating Drake.
It's crazy here, Fresh. I mean, as much as I have a little bit of chaos in the first round, I almost feel like I'm outside of me having Auburn lose to Yale in the first round. I have the exact same Sweet 16 issue. UConn, San Diego State, Illinois, and Iowa State. Who do you got matching up in the Elite Eight?
Illinois and Iowa State will be a nice little matchup. I think that's going to be a push. I got Iowa State surviving to face UConn in the regional final, and that is going to be an all-timer right there.
Right. I got UConn versus Illinois. I love the Iowa State team just like you. I think that matchup is going to be a barn burner of a matchup in the Sweet 16. But I'm going to take Illinois just because they've impressed me so much and everything I've seen Shannon do. I would love to see this Illinois team up against Connecticut and the defending national champs.
Yeah, I mean, that would really be a nice little test defensively to go down and take on that explosive UConn team. And if anyone has a chance to do it, that Iowa State defensive mentality would be a good fit.
So I would say Illinois with that one. But, all right, Fresh, who you got winning? Do you got UConn coming out?
I have UConn surviving. They're going all the way
I
through.
do too.
They're
too good.
They're too good of a team.
All right, Fresh, best underdog in the region. Who you got?
Best underdog. I think Drake. Yeah, if they somehow can play tough and slow down and make it ugly versus Iowa State, they can become a Sweet 16 team, and who knows how it goes from there. The Drake Bulldogs are that sneaky team who can make some noise.
Fresh, I'm going to go a little wild on this one. Morehead State, the 14 seed, they are a really, really tough team. And if they can get past Illinois, I think that they could be either Duquesne or BYU as well. Either one of those teams. And then you see whatever they got a matchup with Iowa State or whoever. You know, if Iowa State doesn't get into the Sweet 16 and somehow Morehead State faces one of the other teams, like we could be seeing Morehead State in the Elite Eight. So that would be my team.
And it wouldn't be the first time that school has made a deep run. There's been years in the past where they've taken out people and they cut them off guard. Everyone sort of overlooks them there in the Ohio Valley, and somehow they get to this tournament and they make it happen.
Absolutely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been our East Regional. Special thanks to our sponsors, champsportspools.com. Make sure you check it out, champsportspools.com/spinnable. Also, special thanks to our producer, Drew. Without him, none of this is possible. Again, if you didn't hear me at the start of the show, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, get notified every single time we drop a new episode. We got one region down. We're going to another one. That's the East Regional. Fresh, which side we are going to next?
We will go to the south. I was going to go right
south.
Down, drop it down. We're going to go south, just like the direction on the map. Right down.
Drop it down. All right. Hey, folks, make sure you are checking out spinnablesports.com because the Irrational Confidence Podcast is part of Spinnable Sports. So make sure you go to spinnablesports.com and follow us on social media. Like us wherever you get your podcast from. Leave us that 5-star review because you guys know Fresh and I, we're those 2 5-star prospects. Fresh, that's all I got. It is March Madness season. I got to keep this energy up because we're going through 3 more regions of the bracket. We'll see how well I do when we get all the way out west But only time will tell.
All right, we're certified bracketologists, and this is going to be a great chance to really put this to the test again. The bracket causes chaos and causes madness. With this setup in the East, hopefully we get some upsets and UConn doesn't have an easy trip to it, and we can really see some fun. But with that, everybody engages us on every kind of platform, spinnablesports.com, Spinnable Sports YouTube channel, Irrational Confidence Podcast, Twitter, all of it. We want to hear from you, good, bad, or indifferent, and celebrate all the way from here in and out. And again, thanks to championsportspools.com. Join them, get in there, and get yourself a bracket, get yourself a pool, spread it, free entry, $1,000 potential winner. It's a win-win-win for everybody. And with that, we'll talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.